This is our new Cayman GTS, but there's a catch.
It's absolutely destroyed.
Our goal here is to build a cost-effective 981 Cayman GTS and make this thing absolutely awesome. Like I said, there's a catch. It's damaged, and we don't know to what extent the damage is. Obviously, it was a massive front-end collision, but how deep does it go? Today, that's what we're gonna find out. This is by far the biggest challenge we've ever taken on. This GTS was in a front-end collision, rendering it undrivable. But when I saw this car, I knew I had to bring it back to life. I can only see the damage to a certain extent. Today, let's see what I'm really getting into. What we discovered is the knuckle completely sheared off of the steering arm right here. So this arm goes to the steering rack. This wheel does nothing. What we're gonna try and do is I'm gonna back the car up and Tim's gonna have to guide this wheel. That's what we did getting onto the tow truck. And we're gonna try and do that getting into the shop so we can start assessing what's really wrong with this car. As much as we don't want to drive this car, it's the best way to actually just get it into the shop doors. But we have to be careful. Not only is the suspension broken, but we're also leaking coolant. Having this car on for too long with a leak could cause serious damage. We have to move fast. Oh my God.
You can get it on the rollers. Don't.
God, the drama. God. We're gonna get this thing on wheel rollers and try and get it onto that lift so we can start assessing the damage. Damn it, Kevin.
I hate you.
Okay. I would call that a first success, getting the car in the shop. That's a problem. This is the first major step. The GTS is in the shop. Time to get it on the lift and start tearing in. We talked about this last time. We can see on a surface level what all is wrong with this car. It was in a massive front end collision, completely destroying the front end of this car. But now we need to figure out how deep does it go. So initially we've seen all the obvious stuff. Front bumper, crash support, the actual tub in the front. It's all absolutely wrecked. But what we can't see is under the car, and if it goes any further back. What we can see right now and what we're crossing our fingers for is, I'm hoping the damage stops here. You can see the buckle in the front tub on this side right here. But all of this is easily, in quotations, replaceable. We may get extremely lucky and only have to replace the front end parts. Now there is definitely suspension damage, as you guys can see from driver's side wheel, that's really funny, passenger side wheel. So we need to figure out what all is broken down here. Like I said, it kind of looks like it's only our steering rack arm right here, but there's no way to actually know until we get underneath the car. Now, if only it was going to be that easy. We're starting out by removing the battery. There's a lot of exposed wires and harnesses up front, and with the amount of damage, we have no clue what wires are live or not. Things like this is what's scary. Just random wire harnesses. Thankfully, Tim pointed this out. Everything has a parts number, which is nice, so we can order this again. It almost feels like every piece we take off of this car is hiding something new, which again is the purpose of today, but definitely nerve-wracking. Let's get this car in the air and see what was hidden when I was looking at this car on the street. Look at our knuckle, dude. Oh my God.
If you look at this one and then walk to my side and look at the difference.
So,
dude, look at it.
yeah.
Dude, you gotta see it.
Down.
Like this.
Dang, okay, so number one, new knuckle. But, I mean, the good part about that is everything else down here looks...
That suspension looks straight.
Yeah, it looks okay.
We just need the new knuckle.
I mean, it didn't even break...
Possibly a new brake shield.
It didn't even break the height sensor.
No.
That's crazy.
All the
That's a good
all
sign.
the damage went right straight to this. I think this wheel got pushed from
Yeah.
this stuff.
Let's lift it up and look underneath the car. Isn't even dirty. Like, look how clean all this is, dude.
This is
They
great.
literally didn't drive it at all.
This is great news for us though.
Yeah, look at this.
It's just the tub. And then the support beams on the side got hit.
Oh my gosh. So we were, like I said earlier, lucky that for now it doesn't seem like anything back from the tub was damaged. It looks like it was just the tub, the support beams up here, and essentially we can replace the whole front end of this car and get this thing back up and running. Sounds easy enough, right? I guess time will tell. Now that we have some idea of the extent of damage on the body of the car, let's start pulling off the wreckage. Not only will we have to source an entire front tub for the 981, but each individual plastic liner, clip, line, hose, well, you get the point.
Hey, I saved it.
Nice. Look at this.
There's a front bumper.
I mean, part of one.
Damn. Hey, I mean, already looking a little better in the front now. Hopefully this doesn't spray all over me. About to come out of this, but
All of it.
might all already be out. Oh, yeah. Okay. Push radiator off.
So I'm making
Really?
Yes.
This is going to be one of the more expensive parts of our rebuild, or definitely the headlights, because these are pretty friggin' sick. So things coming apart. As we continue on with the teardown, I think one of the coolest things about working on this car is how modular the front end is. It quite literally pieces apart like a giant Lego. Step by step, we're figuring it out.
Like, this doesn't even look like a Porsche anymore. It's crazy.
I mean, by the end of today, dude, this thing is going to be unrecognizable. For
I mean, the back end will look.
back end sick, yeah. All right. Yes! Success. Ugh. Look at that, dude. Oh my God.
It's like one of them straws at the theme park.
Yeah. All right. Probably should have done that to start everything else out, but it's getting there. Look at this thing, dude. It's crazy because almost with all of this stuff ripped off, it's like kind of starting to take more of a shape of a car, but we still have all of this absolute wreckage. What taking the fender off and all of the plastic shows us, all of the structural integrity right here is still good. Nothing is smashed, bent, out of alignment, I guess you could say. It really does stop at the tub, which is extremely lucky for us. I took a really big chance on this car, but it's looking good so far. I mean, from what we can tell from everything that we've pulled off so far, it's almost just like I thought. I mean, from the exterior, it's just the front end damage, and that's exactly what it looks like. Aside from, obviously, you guys can see this more, the front knuckle here, completely sheared off. Seems like we got lucky. We can replace this guy, our entire front tub, and I think we're gonna have a pretty sick GTS. But is this what I think it really is? We have no idea what we're getting ourselves into, and we've never rebuilt something to this extent. What I do know is, what we can see so far does look repairable. How we're gonna do that, I have no idea. But that's the fun of the build.
Moment of truth.
That's what I'm saying. If you can bend that out, this one will be easier to cut out. That's it.
Oh, no way.
Well, that was way easier than we thought.
Look how it split the support beam here. Oh my god.
Well, that guy smacked it.
Dude, this
Look at the metal all bent.
Oh, dude.
This is like, that had to hurt so bad.
I don't know what this is.
Is that like sensors? Like
I feel like this has something to do with the airbag. Again, every piece we remove, something new is discovered. What we're hoping for is no major wiring issues. One small issue with the harness could cause an entire headache for the complete build. We're finding small things here and there that will have to be addressed as the build goes on. Got it. We need, oh my god. Look at this, Tim. This thing got destroyed. But all the wires are intact.
Kinda.
So do you think new wiring harness from here? This looks like it's all like a, I don't know, that's scary. Wiring is the scariest part for sure. Right here and right here.
But you see how it's wrapped?
Yeah.
That's a canvas wire. If they're spun like that.
For what? What does it go to? You could probably just solder that.
But this gives you a better look at what we're replacing actually. So you see how this is like separate? They're all different pieces.
This is our homework here. Are there wiring diagrams? Gathering part numbers to get parts ordered? Can we even get parts? We have a lot of work to do. Oh my gosh. Some crash dust.
it's a lot of grime.
It's a lot of grime. Day number 2 of disassembling the 981. So today we're gonna be removing the entire subframe, dropping the fuel tank, everything, getting this front tub basically bare. We have one major portion of the car left before we can start the repair. We've got to remove the front subframe and fuel tank. Doing this will allow us to get a better look into the front end and suspension in case of any damage.
Okay. Got it. And then leave it, and then it'll
come out with the
whole thing.
Before dropping the gas tank and subframe, we have to remove everything in the way of the chassis and anything connected to the chassis, meaning brake lines, fuel lines, etc. We are in deep. We are deep. All right, gas tank is for the most part released. So what we're doing here, guys, is essentially getting everything from inside the tub area gone, because right now what we're seeing is no frame damage from the front tub back, which means we can leave all of this, but this has to be removed. So in order to do that, we gotta drop the fuel tank and of course drop the subframe so that we can cut all of this off. This is gonna be the biggest and the scariest part of the build, but also the coolest process to watch. So we've pretty much gotten the fuel tank released here, or at least from all the wiring and fuel lines and everything. Now it's time to look into the brake lines, suspension, and all that stuff. For the record, we have absolutely no idea what we're doing.
It's like a big Lego.
We're gonna unpiece it and hopefully be able to piece it back together. So far so good. so scary. Huh? Ah! Okay, I did it.
Let me take a picture.
Yeah, there should be a sign up there. It's got a lot of adjustment for camber. It's like they want me to take it to the track, Tim.
It's like,
Look how much adjustment that is. Holy, that's gnarly. Okay, now lifting it up.
lifting it up and see what we gotta do. So let's go ahead and get these.
You guys come check this out down here. We've got brake lines disconnected. We've got harness components, coolant lines. Everything seems to be disconnected. Now we went up here, went ahead and did the strut tower. Now it's time to lift the car up, check underneath the subframe bolts, and pull those and see if we can get this thing dropped. All right, Tim, you ready? This is a big moment, Tim.
It is a huge moment. This gets us one step closer to fixing that.
Yeah, getting this whole entire front end off. Okay, so the idea behind this is all of these are subframe bolts, and I guess the bracing to hold in the fuel tank here. Essentially what we're thinking is if we take all of these off, the suspension, fuel tank, all of that stuff should drop along with the subframe, which would be super sick because that way we have so much room to figure out this issue here. So with the brake lines off, the harness wires off, and the suspension off, it's time to go ahead and try and pull the subframe. We've got a loose gas tank. So now all of these, here you go, all of these subframe bolts should release everything from up top. Whoa. And with that, today I think we made some pretty serious progress on the car. It is so crazy seeing this thing bare, just almost a bare shell up here. Now we have so much room in the front tub to actually see what we need to get to and see how we're actually gonna be able to get this thing off. What's really good from the front tub portion, starting here forward, can all be replaced. All of this is, I want to say modular, whereas it all pieces together really weirdly. And you guys will see that in the coming videos because we're about to cut the entire front end of this car off. But again, that's for the next episode. What's really good is, as far as we can see and as far as we can tell, the structural integrity of the actual car itself is just fine. Everything suspension-wise dropped off perfectly. All of the bracing fits very nicely still. Nothing is out of line up here, which is a really good sign. Next up is figuring out how in the hell to get this thing off and how we're going to replace it. I thought it'd be kind of cool to show you guys everything that we've taken off the car so far. Here is our junk pile of things that can no longer be used. Plastics, fans, radiators, oil coolers, fenders, literally, oh,
AC lines. Literally everything just in a pile. This is the scrapyard in the garage for right now. This is the pile that we're gonna make of things, and I definitely think that I want to keep the Porsche hood and hang it up somewhere in the shop just to always remember this car by, because this has been such a fun build and we're already on episode 2. So again, it's been 5 months, and within these 5 months of hiding this car and doing research, we found out a lot of stuff. I don't want to spoil too much because you'll see a lot in the upcoming episodes, but I think we're going to be good. Take a look back here at the subframe and the suspension, the fuel tank. This is wild. This is so crazy to see, and we have lots of upgrades coming for this as well. But for now, I'm going to leave this. Tomorrow we go full send. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 2 of the GTS rebuild, and down the road I'm so excited to show you guys what we have planned for this car. A lot of you in the comments have already been expressing what you guys want to see, and I can promise you we're doing that, and maybe even some more. It's gonna be awesome. If you guys want to see more of this GTS rebuild, make sure you watch episode 1, and of course make sure you hit that subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes live. Piece by piece, I'm going to show you the entire rebuild of this car. Again, next up we're going full send, so stay tuned for episode 3. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. Of course, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, and leave us a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.